Hi all, once upon a time, a dozen pixels were enough for players, symbolizing the main character and a schematic representation of the location. Today, thanks to technological progress, we can enjoy a picture that is almost indistinguishable from reality, and this is very cool. In this video, I have collected for you 15 incredibly beautiful, in our opinion, PC games that, with their graphics, will please even the most demanding players. Detroit. This game came to PC straight from the PS4, and in my opinion it looks much better on PC than on PlayStation. The detailing of the environment in Detroit is impressive, but the faces of the characters look best in the game. This is expected, because we have an interactive movie in which a lot of emphasis is placed on the emotions and feelings of the characters. And when you get tired of looking at the beauties of the game world, go to the plot, even if it is a little naive, but in terms of interactivity and involvement, it can give odds to any projects in the genre. Death Stranding. On PS4, Death Stranding was beautiful, but nothing more. Hideo Kojima's brilliant courier simulator has been reimagined since its release on PC, bringing us even sharper textures, richer location details, unlocked frame rates, and support for ultra-wide displays for even more movie-like gameplay. The developers have invested a lot of effort into the PC version of the game, as a result of which it does not feel like a lazy port from the console, but is perceived as a game that takes into account all the advantages of the platform. Star Wars Jedi: Fallen Order. The new Star Wars game turned out to be curious. The level structure peeped from Metroidvanias, the combat system copied from Souls-like games, the original story that sheds light on the events between the third and fourth parts of the saga, as well as excellent graphics with incredible landscapes. In addition, the game will allow you to be in the shoes of a Jedi, use a lightsaber and learn the Force. What else does a Star Wars fan need? In addition, the game features both brand new and canonical locations, characters, villains, and more. SNOWRUNNER. A game about how great it is to need mud or snow, overcoming miles of off-road in an attempt to reach your destination. SNOWRUNNER is dedicated to the development of impassable territories, the delivery of goods to places that cannot be reached without special equipment. Behind the wheel of powerful trucks, we will conquer virgin lands in the USA and Russia. In addition to the fact that this simulator boasts very beautiful graphics, it has the most realistic dirt, which will make you take not only a bunch of great screenshots, but also cause quite a few problems. Remnants from the Ashes. A third-person co-op action game whose game world has been invaded by creatures from another dimension. Unprepared for such an advent, people quickly lost the war, and the only hope of the survivors is portals to other universes in which evil can be rooted out. The gameplay is similar to Dark Souls, but with an emphasis on ranged combat. Here we have to fight dangerous monsters and bosses, as well as collect resources, craft and upgrade the hero. There is a gloomy Souls-like atmosphere and a juicy picture, and random map generation and various difficulty levels create high replay value. Battlefield 5. With graphics, the fifth part of the military shooter is alright. The game perfectly demonstrates all the horrors of war, and does it so believably that it literally makes you feel like a direct participant in the hostilities. Plus, owners of RTX-enabled graphics cards will experience the most realistic reflections possible in today's video games. Grand Theft Auto 5. Despite its age and generational change, Grand Theft Auto 5 still knows how to surprise and delight. The liveliest of all the cities in these open-world games, and the attention to detail makes the fifth part a true technological work of art. And if you add a couple of graphics mods to the game, plus ray tracing, it will still be able to compete with modern projects. So, as you can see, the fifth part, one of the most popular game series, still has something to surprise the demanding player. Microsoft Flight Simulator. The game is not for everyone. On it, you can safely take exams at the flight school. But if you understand the controls and learn how to lift and land an aircraft, then the game will give an unforgettable experience, and for someone it will become a place for relaxation. Here you can fly near your home and visit the places you walk every day. The game world is based on satellite imagery. Everything is like in reality. Volumetric clouds, not static cities. Cars drive through them. Lights turn on in settlements at night. And the detailing of aircraft is prohibitively high. The game looks impressive, and on powerful PCs it will give an incomparable experience. Red Dead Redemption 2. This is one of the most technologically advanced projects of recent years on consoles and PC. Here, a huge open world is combined with hundreds of the smallest details, and a vivid plot alternates with the exploration of the Wild West and participation in various activities. The beauty of the game is difficult to explain, it must be seen in person. Pink sunsets, sunbeams, all-consuming fog and a barely noticeable rainbow after the rain. The game at any given time looks like a treat to the eyes. This is actually a visually impressive game, and it looks especially good at maximum graphic settings. However, to get high frame rates at the same time, you need top-end hardware. Skyrim. There is no point in telling what kind of game this is, you already know everything. For sure, we will hear about his forthcoming remaster for the next generation of consoles. On the PC, he still lives thanks to the work of fans who continue to develop thousands of modifications. Among them, there are excellent graphic mods that can make a real candy out of the game in 2020. Actually, you see one of these collections. Just Cause 4. Fully open-world third-person action game spanning over 1,000 square kilometers, capricious and changeable dynamically simulated tropical weather with storms, hurricanes and rainstorms, a huge number of detailed vehicles and weapons, destructible environments and colorful explosions to create chaos on a fictional island has become much more interesting and fun. Not surprisingly, Just Cause 4 loads even top-end hardware. The fourth part turned out to be controversial, but in terms of graphics, at maximum graphics settings, it is insanely beautiful. Rage 2. The second part of the post-apocalyptic action game in the open world with crazy shootouts, bright explosions and superpowers. As well as beautiful graphics, which are powered by the Apex engine, which has proven itself in games such as Mad Max, Generation Zero and Just Cause 4. Although the game turned out to be completely different from what fans expected it to be, it is still a dynamic and fun adventure with sparkling effects picture. Great entertainment for fans of peppy Doom-style shooters. Metro Exodus. Games in the Metro series have never been able to boast impressive budgets compared to Western competitors, but at the same time they have always managed to please the eye with rich in detail surroundings of the Soviet post-apocalypse. Was no exception in the latest Metro Exodus. Literally every meter of the game world here almost screams about how much effort the developers spent on working out the environment, showing extremely realistic dirt, snow and interiors rich in detail. The Witcher 3. The stunningly beautiful universe of The Witcher, even after all this time, remains a visual masterpiece. The visual of the third part of the series fascinated from the first frames. The developers managed to create a world that, for all its off-scale cruelty and inhospitability, did not want to leave. The medieval aesthetic with rural huts, ostentatious fortresses and cold lands looks great. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The final part of the updated trilogy impresses not only with the new adventures of the main character, but also with very beautiful views of the jungles of South America. The locations in the game turned out to be insanely beautiful. The tombs still delight with interesting puzzles, and fights with enemies allow you to use a variety of tactics. On this, our release came to an end. Of course there are still games that I did not mention, So if you like this video, then I will make a continuation.